King Charles is facing renewed scrutiny over royal finances after a National Audit Office investigation, reported by multiple outlets, including the Telegraph and The Guardian, revealed that he has been quietly covering below-market rent for Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie's royal residence arrangements. The report found that the 77-year-old monarch has been paying the accommodation costs for his nieces, Princess Beatrice, aged 37, and Princess Eugenie, aged 36, despite both of them not being working members of the royal family. The payments are being made through the Privy Purse, which is funded by the king's private Duchy of Lancaster income, according to the findings. Princess Beatrice has lived for nearly 20 years in an apartment inside St. James's Palace, while Princess Eugenie occupies Ivy Cottage at Kensington Palace. Both properties are royal household residences, located within occupied royal palaces, and both require tenants to have security clearance due to their sensitive locations. The investigation revealed that although the sisters do pay rent on paper, those payments are not made directly by them. Instead, the rent is covered entirely by King Charles. This means the king is effectively subsidizing their housing costs, even though neither princess performs official royal duties. The National Audit Office report also highlighted that for several years, the rent calculations used for both properties were based on outdated market valuations. Eugenie's rent at Ivy Cottage was assessed using a 2018 market valuation, while Beatrice's apartment rent was based on a 2020 valuation. According to the report, Eugenie's rent was set at 50% of the 2018 open market value from 2020 to 2021, increasing gradually to 55% in 2022 and up to 63% by 2025. Beatrice's rent, meanwhile, was calculated at around 60% of the 2020 market value in 2020 to 2021, rising to between 62 to 68% in later years up to 2025. Under updated figures, the report states that current rental rates have been adjusted to approximately 64% of a 2026 open market valuation for Princess Eugenie and 68% for Princess Beatrice. However, the NAO confirmed it did not disclose the exact financial amounts being paid by King Charles, stating that the figures remain private. The report also noted that both Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are non-working royals who have independent professional and personal lives. Beatrice is married to property developer Edoardo Mapelli Mazzi, while Eugenie is married to marketing executive Jack Brooksbank. Eugenie is currently expecting her third child and divides her time between London and Portugal. The investigation also revisited past controversy involving the York sisters, noting scrutiny surrounding their names appearing in documents linked to the Jeffrey Epstein case, including an alleged email reference suggesting their mother, Sarah Ferguson, had taken them to meet him after his release from prison. A spokesperson for the Crown Estate reportedly responded by defending the arrangements, stating, "The Crown Estate welcomes the National Audit Office review, which confirms its leases with members of the royal family were agreed in line with independent professional advice and open market valuations." Meanwhile, the royal household continues to provide accommodation at no cost for 11 working members of the royal family across 7 residences inside occupied royal palaces. These include Prince William and Catherine at Apartment 1A in Kensington Palace, along with the Duke and Duchess of Gloucester, the Duke of Kent, Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, Princess Alexandra, and King Charles and Queen Camilla themselves. As questions grow over transparency and financial arrangements within the monarchy, the report has once again placed royal housing and private funding under intense public and political scrutiny, raising fresh debate about who should be responsible for the costs of non-working royals living inside palace estates.
Fresh questions are being raised about the finances of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor after a new report revealed he was allowed to sublet multiple properties within the grounds of Royal Lodge while paying only a nominal rent for the estate itself. The arrangement has sparked criticism from royal finance experts and renewed scrutiny over how royal properties are managed and funded. Here's what the latest findings reveal. According to a report by the National Audit Office, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's lease agreement for Royal Lodge permitted him to sublet up to 3 properties located within the estate grounds. The report did not disclose how much income was generated through the arrangement, nor how long the cottages were occupied. However, critics argue that the lack of transparency raises significant questions about public accountability. A royal source reportedly maintained that the cottages were rented to staff and that the income was used to help cover maintenance costs associated with the Royal Lodge estate. The revelations come amid broader scrutiny of royal property arrangements following concerns about the terms under which ex-Prince Andrew occupied Royal Lodge, a substantial Windsor estate he leased in 2003. Under the agreement, Andrew reportedly invested millions of pounds into renovations, reducing the upfront premium he was required to pay while allowing him to occupy the property under highly favourable terms. Former Liberal Democrat minister and royal finance commentator Norman Baker criticized the arrangement, claiming cottages in the area could command substantial annual rents. Baker argued that any proceeds from subletting should have flown back to the Crown estate rather than remaining private income. The report also highlighted other royal housing arrangements, including residences occupied by non-working royals whose accommodation costs are reportedly covered through royal funding mechanisms. Meanwhile, Andrew has already surrendered Royal Lodge and relocated to a smaller residence on the Sandringham estate. The former Duke of York remains within a notice period connected to the termination of his lease. The National Audit Office stated that its report was not intended to assess value for money. However, the findings are expected to inform a wider inquiry by Parliament's Public Accounts Committee on royal property arrangements and public accountability. Buckingham Palace welcomed the report and said the findings would help provide context regarding royal residences and property agreements, as reported by British media. The Crown Estate reportedly also stated that its lease arrangements with members of the royal family were agreed using independent professional advice and market valuations. As parliamentary scrutiny intensifies, the debate over transparency, royal finances, and public accountability appears far from over. Whether the upcoming inquiry produces further disclosures remains to be seen, but the latest revelations have once again placed Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and royal property arrangements firmly under the spotlight.